Okay, so I was going to come into this chapter thinking like, I'm not too sure about this like Gran Torino guy. Like I was thinking like it's like this entire chapter just gonna be like dedicated to him and his whole little training thing that was going on with Deku. But literally the first thing we got introduced to was actually there's been doing some research in about one of those villains that they managed to catch up. And the thing with him, as they actually found out, he is literally brain dead. Like just straight up brain dead. He doesn't react to anything like when you talk to him or you try and touch him. He's just absolutely brain dead. And then when they actually found like he had a criminal record and they searched up for his DNA analysis, found out that he was just a small time thug. He did like some Barry, like, blackmail, some stuff. But the thing is, what they found out about this guy is that he had 4 different parts of DNA inside of him, and that's why he was able to use like different fucking abilities. It's like, this is the way how you acquire multiple like quirks this way. It's like there is someone that works for them that has a quirk that can grant quirks, and I'm like, these villains are pretty fucking intimidating. Like one of the fucking guy's powers is to create powers. Like, what? Like, how is that fair? Like, oh yeah, by the way, I can just get an entire army. What's that? You didn't get any powers when you're born? You want a power? Oh, you want a better power? You want the ability to shoot fire from your eyes? Sure, you can have that. It's like, I want to see if it's randomized, or is it like, if they're like, so I want some certain drawback to if this person has this ability. I'm guessing like the grand master, scheme of it all, he has that, and then maybe he actually, like, he has an original quirk that he keeps to himself that's like fucking on the power level of like all might. But when we saw like Gran Torino, we actually go say he's like, yo, bitch, put on your costume, I'm gonna fuck you up. And you get to see, like, oh, he's got kind of like, it's more kind of redesigned in a way, like, not exactly kind of changed, but I feel like he looks like he's got a lot more like armor around his like his actual like costume now. It looks like he's got a little bit more body gear around him. He's like, yo, let's go fuck some shit. It's like, oh, let's please teach me, sir. And you just see him like he's moving and fucking around. He's like, yo, what the fuck is with this guy? What with this old little bastard like that? He's like, okay, I'm gonna have to use fucking one more. Like, I'm gonna have to fucking beat the shit out of him. And he's just like, this guy just like fucking just owned him just straight there and then. It's just like, oh, you're rigid and you're disjointed and you ended up like this, you motherfucker. And it's just like, the way how you utilize, it's like you don't fucking use it like that. You have to become like stronger in the way it's like one for all. It's like as special. That's your problem. You treat it as like it's this big fucking deal. Like, and I think that's maybe one thing that like kind of Deku realized that he has to be more flexible, and that was the key words with it. He has to become more flexible with his actual way of him using it. So I'm guessing now like he's gonna actually like use his joints now, like, because I think the way how he's just using it, he's just using the like, oh, big massive punch. I want him to like do some fucking like backflip. Like what I want him to do is like I want him to do like a fucking backflip, but he just puts all his power into his legs and just smashes like. But then as well, he does it in a way where he can like, oh, he just breaks one of his toes or something like that. Like, or even that, he just like fucking just does like a big massive dent of damage into him. That's what I kind of want to see more with Deku, like, as we go on. But it's like we get to see Iida's definitely going straight in, like doing the fucking patrols. Like he's already fucking suited up and everything. He's like there with his fucking like wannabe Tatsumi armor like that with the fucking like Incursio, and he's just like, I'm just gonna fuck it. And then I think it was like literally the other door fucking over like near where the bar's just like fucking Stain is there, like the fucking Hero Slayer. Fucking Stain is there with the fucking hand out, like motherfucker. The Shadow guy, I think he was like the one that could like transport, and he's just like, you're the guys that fucking raided the place, like who the fuck you want me to take care of fucking kids? And he's like, I despise you kind of people the most and all that, and you want me to rub some shoulders with some childish temper tantrum? And he's just like, who, or like, what sense is there to bloodlust without a cause? Why should I really give a fuck? And it's just like, yeah, already it shows like Stain's not gonna probably follow the plan to a degree. I think he's obviously gonna agree to it. There's probably gonna find something he can agree to, but it's like he's just gonna do it in his own way, and he's just gonna do it by the fuck. I'm not gonna lie though, from what I saw this chapter, from what I've seen of Gran Torino, I was really expecting something completely different. I thought the entire chapter was honestly gonna be dedicated to it, but the one thing I did like about it is like the Gran Torino stuff was very, it was expected. Obviously, he was gonna get his fucking ass kicked, and like Deku's gonna learn from this. But I really liked that we got other stuff to it. In fact, the best way to describe it, we maybe might have got too much in this chapter. Like, maybe a lot of stuff was happening at once. Like, honestly, the best way to describe it is that how this felt, could have actually been just a straight up episode of an anime. Like, all of this stuff in there together, if it was like pace. But I can definitely see, it's still the early days, the jump, he's still got to, get that pacing down. And I'm hoping he does, different way of doing it. But it's like, I like this chapter. I thought it was great, and I honestly really enjoyed this one, and I give this one straight up an 8.5 out of 10, and I really can't wait for the next chapter. But that's all from me, so thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.